Hey, I'm Brendan Bailey, and I'm working on my own video game, but I'm not really working hard enough on it. Now, the last 3 months of 2022 were really good, and the first 3 months of 2022 were also really good, but the 6 months in between, I don't even know what I did. I think I worked on the game. I honestly can't even remember what I was doing with my time. I'm like kind of frustrated that I didn't get more done in those 6 months. So my New Year's resolution is to consistently work on the game all year. Even if I'm doing other things, try to get something done within a month's time to report on. And the last 3 months, like I said, were pretty good. So let's look at what I got done in the last month. Last month's devlog was all about how I procrastinated on doing a specific task, and that task was making the attack animation. Well, I did it. There it is. It's done. But I still have to do the up attack animation and the down attack animation while you're jumping, and then another attack animation while you're ducking, so I'm not entirely done with the attack animation. But the regular one where you're standing still is working, so we've got that. Now, let's go back into Unity here and show you some cool new features. So, I showed you the boxes last month, but now we have springs, ripped entirely out of Sonic the Hedgehog. Now, I did make my own sprite for them, but they are very clearly inspired by Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm not trying to hide that at all. But, hey, you know, it's a spring. What are you going to do? I mean, that's what they look like, right? So here's a cool new feature. Now you'll see those spikes down at the bottom of the screen are shiny. I've very creatively labeled those the super spikes because they don't just hurt you, they send you back. Whoa, look at that. Let's see that again. He disappears and then Nixie flies back to the checkpoint. So creating that little disappear animation, turn into the sparkle, and then warp back to the checkpoint zone. So I want to be able to create some similar platforming segments to Hollow Knight, where like if you hit a certain type of spike, you get sent back a little bit. You can't make any contact with those spikes before moving forward. Now I still am going to have like regular spikes in the game, where if you hit those, you take some damage and you can keep going. But these aren't regular spikes. These are super spikes, and they send you back. All right, next up, I have an extremely exciting feature. Check this out. Doors. Whoa, you can shoot these doors and they open. Amazing, right? Revolutionary game programming, I know. Now, there's a little bit more going on with these doors. See, I can actually set these doors to be opened via a key card rather than just the gun or the attack. So we have an orange door, a green door, and a pink door. So if I go back into Unity, you can see the colors have been updated, and oh, by the way, I figured out how to do palette swapping. Here's how palette swapping works. I have no idea what this means. But anyway, now that these are keycard doors, Nixie has these 3 colored keycards in his inventory right now, so as I approach the doors, they automatically open, and as you get further away from them, they close. So, pretty cool. And also really cool that I got this configured to allow me to change these settings in LDTK, and it sucks the data out of LDTK into Unity and sets it properly in the Unity scene. So, pretty cool stuff. So, if you're going to design a Metroidvania video game with doors in it, surely you're going to have locked doors, right? And maybe those locked doors will open up after you beat a boss or something like that. But it might be cool to have another way to open the door, such as finding like a button on the screen, so we could hide buttons and have these buttons do trigger different events and stuff. But right now it's just triggering all the locked doors to open in this scene. But I could make it do anything, so that should be a pretty flexible feature to use going forward. Now, when it comes to any 2D exploration game, one of the best features is finding all the hidden secrets. Now, some secrets are very hidden, and some are kind of hidden in plain sight. So we have this energy upgrade over there that's just sort of tucked in the wall. Not really sure how to get it. Now, if we watch that bee down there, we can see he's just flying into a wall, so there's a little hint that maybe that wall is a hidden wall. So let me just kill this bee, and oh, sure enough, it's a hidden wall, and boom, we can get to the battery, which doesn't do anything yet, but it's there. But speaking of items that do actually do something, when you kill the enemies, I now have randomly spawning item pickups. So that is an ammo replenishment. The little blue sparkles give you your ammo back. There's a little battery. and that gives you health back. So the enemies can spawn different items. That's a smaller ammo pickup. I can control which items the enemies drop. I can control the likelihood that they're going to be dropped. Right now, it's just a straight 25% for big energy, small energy, big ammo, and a small ammo. But I don't imagine that I'll have the enemies dropping a ton of items. I want it to be kind of scarce, but right now it's just set to drop every time just for testing. And last but not least, and this is more on the technical, boring side of things, but one thing I got figured out was how to add exits to the scenes inside of Level Design Toolkit. Previously, I was just manually putting exit doors in the scenes in Unity, and it worked, but it was a very tedious manual process of doing it. And then I would have to link up the spawn point of that exit to the entry point of the other exit in the corresponding room, and it's not easy to have two scenes in Unity open at the same time, so you have to flip back and forth and make sure the numbers are right, and I would never get it right on the first try, and it was just like kind of a nightmare. So I got to give a big shout out to Cameron, who is the developer of the LDTK to Unity plugin, which he is just phenomenal at helping me with support and getting back to people in the Discord. And he's really helped tutor me through this process of getting these entities and all the data from LDTK into Unity and getting it to sync up properly. And he helped me out a lot with this. So basically here I can set an exit point in this corner here for this door, and I can set the IDs of where Nixie is going to spawn in the next scene, as well as the spawn ID for this exit. So if we go into this scene here, we'll see we'll have a corresponding exit block right there, and I can quickly go back and check the name of the scene and the spawn at and the spawn IDs. So just that little thing alone has sped up the process of like making levels in LDTK, bringing them into Unity, and linking them all together so that when Nixie exits a room, he enters in the right room that I want him to on the first try. So just a huge time saver there. All right, so let's just sort of run through all these rooms, and we can see all the features of the game are pretty much represented in the 4 scenes that I have laid out. Now, these are by no means finished rooms. I mean, this room especially is a mess, just throwing stuff wherever. This was my test room for a long time. And but some of these other rooms, I mean, I might keep certain layouts. I mean, this is probably not going to stay, but we have our breaking blocks. I also have bigger boxes down here. I don't know if I had those done last month, but basically the exact same box code for the smaller boxes being applied to larger boxes. Yeah, so this is a room I definitely want to keep. I might massage it a little bit. I do like the look of this room, though. This was a rework of a really early room that I had in the game when I first started using Level Design Toolkit, but that particular room just was pretty much unplayable, just based on the geometry of the game. I had to completely remake it. Okay, so this is actually a very important room for testing. This room is basically calibrating the hooking, like using the hook bars and how far apart they need to be for it to like really feel good. And right now it seems to be about 12 blocks apart. It feels nice. So I had a couple friends actually play in this room and give me some live feedback, which was great. And they kind of agreed that one of the main problems with this mechanic was that the hook bar was not very forgiving, especially when you're falling. So I made an adjustment to the hook where at any point if the hook intersects with the bar, it counts as a hit. Before, it was only doing it on the end of the hook, so you would actually have to hit these bars with the actual end of the hook, and if the end didn't make contact, it didn't grab. So now if Nixie's head is a little bit above this bar, you can still make a hit. So especially if you're falling and you wanna grab on here, gotta get these bees out of the way, pesky bees. It's a lot more forgiving now. I'm probably gonna massage it a little bit more, but it's feeling a lot better than it was originally. All right, so what's next for Nixie? Well, the goal kind of remains the same as it's been for the last few months, which is to release some kind of very simple demo. And I'm really not going to make a big deal out of the first demo. I just want to get it out there to a few people to just get more feedback on the game. But for this year, I really want to get a more polished demo out by the end of the year. So I want to get like a very simple, what I've been calling the controller demo out, just to get it in people's hands, get some feedback, and just show some progress. But after that, I really do want to focus on the biodome area and not finalize it, but get it to a point where there's like a fairly long playable demo with a variety of rooms, and really put all of the things that I've made so far to use. Because while I've been doing programming, I haven't really been doing any game design. There's a couple of game design elements here, but I'm really just making a toolbox right now. I haven't really been designing the game. I haven't been using the boxes and the springs and the spikes and the ladders to create intricate levels that are fun to play. It's more just been along the lines of like, hey, does this work? Is this working right? Does this feel okay? It's all it's programming, it's coding, it's not game design, and it's like there's like a distinct difference there. So hopefully this year we'll see I'll be able to see the transition between just programming elements, getting them to work right and feel good, and actually design levels, design the game with them. So that's going to be exciting. Listen, if you've been following Nixie from the beginning, which I know a few of my friends have, I really appreciate like the love and support that everybody showed me in 2022. It means so much that my friends and family have checked in on me and asked about the project, and I wish it was further along than it is, but anytime people ask me about it and send me encouragement, it really means a lot. So, and if you're new to discovering Nixie and you want to follow the project, check out the website, nixiegame.com. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. Like the video, leave a comment. Follow me on Twitter, join the Discord. And all those links you can find at the website. So definitely check it out. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope to see some new faces in the Discord soon. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.